morning, children. I'm Kusum. I'm back with English language. Yes, you heard right. In today's class, I'll be taking English language. Children, do you know what is language? Language is a medium that we use to communicate with each other or to share our emotions and feelings with each other. With the help of language, we can express ourselves in front of everybody. And this can be done in two ways, verbal communication and written communication. Children, when I say verbal communication, it means when we speak, when we talk to each other, like I'm talking to you right now. So this is verbal communication. And when I say written communication, that means something in writing, like newspapers, books. These are the example of written communication. Sometimes we express our emotions, our feelings by writing also. Okay, children? So I believe what is language is clear to everybody. In this class, I'll be taking chapter 2, subject and predicate. Children, do you remember in our last class we have done chapter 1, that is the sentences. That time I have sent you somebody else's video. In that video, meaning of sentence, rules to be followed while writing sentence and types of sentences is very much clear. Yes, children? If not, don't worry. Before I'll start class, I'll revise. Now, let's start with revision. Children, how many alphabets are there in English? 26 alphabets. Is there any division of these 26 alphabets? Yes. What is that? Consonants and vowels. How many consonants are there? 21. And what about vowels? 5 vowels. So, with the help of these 26 alphabets, children, we can write book. How? When we arrange these letters in a groups in a proper order that gives meaning, it forms word. And when we arrange words in a group in a proper order that makes sense or that gives meaning or conveys some message, it forms sentence. Is it clear, children? I'm repeating again. Letters in a group forms word. Words in a group forms sentence. So now tell me, what is sentence? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Means when words in a group arranged properly, placed properly, that gives meaning, that conveys some message, that makes sense, we call it sentence. And these sentences we use to express ourselves. Children, while writing sentences, we are supposed to keep few points in our mind. Like first, sentence always begins with capital letter. In a sentence, words are arranged properly, placed properly. That gives meaning, that makes sense. And the last one, sentence always end with correct punctuation mark. That is full stop or question mark or exclamation mark. And we use these different sentences for expressing our different emotions and feelings. So these sentences are divided into different parts. Do you remember how many types of sentences are there? Yes, children, 4 types of sentences are there. We will be revising one by one. Now, the first one is assertive sentence or declarative sentence. Assertive sentence or declarative sentence states something, tells something, or it tells fact. Fact like sun rises in the east. We breathe in oxygen. These are the facts. These sentences come in assertive or declarative sentence. Or when I'm saying I'm teacher, I'm teaching you. So this also comes in assertive sentence. Children, remember, assertive sentence always end with full stop. Now come to the next one, that is interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence are sentences which ask question. Okay, when we ask questions, when we want to know something, and whenever we are writing interrogative sentences, we will be ending sentence with the question mark. We will be putting question mark at the end of interrogative sentences, children. Like when we ask questions, like what we ask, what is your name? Where do you live? Are you hungry? These are the examples of interrogative sentences. Now, next one is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences, children, when we make request, when we give advice, when we command, when we order. Like when teacher is asking you to be quiet in class. What teacher says? Be quiet. She is giving order to you all to be quiet. So it will come in imperative sentence. Like your sports teacher gives you a command. What command in the morning you all get by your head boy or head girl? Like attention. Yes, this is a command your head boy gives you in your assembly. Okay, children. Now, request. When you request for something, like you're not having pen and you're asking your partner, can I have a pen, please? Or please, can you give me a pen? So you're requesting something. Is it clear, children? Or when you go to doctor, doctor gives you advice. No, like take this medicine twice a day. That is advice. When you go to your dietitian says, don't eat fat food. This is not good for health. Junk food. This is not good for health. So this is advice. Okay, children? And again, imperative sentence always end with full stop. Now, the last one is exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence when we show sudden feeling, when we are surprised or when we are excited, very much excited about something, or when we show a sudden feeling, like sometimes we scared all of a sudden. Yes, or when we are in a trouble and we are shouting for help. Whenever we are showing a sudden feeling or strong emotions, whether it's a happiness, whether it's angry, sadness, we use exclamation mark. Okay, children. So exclamatory sentence always end with exclamation mark. Imperative and assertive sentence always end with full stop, and interrogative sentence always end with question mark. Is it clear, children? Now, can you find one example of sentence on your screen? On your screen, can you find one example of sentence? Yes, here it is. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. What kind of sentence is this? Assertive sentence. Yes. Why it is assertive sentence? Because it is stating something. It is telling something. And it is starting with capital letter A and ending with full stop. Yes, children? Good. You remember everything. Now, this is the another example of sentence starting with the capital letter and ending with full stop. Now I hope children you all are clear with sentence. Children, what you can see here in the picture? Tree. Can you tell me the parts of tree? Log. Branches, which is covered with leaves. Yes, so we can say tree is made up of log, branches and leaves. These are the different parts of tree. In the same way, children, sentence is also made up of different parts. Okay, so what are those parts? Subject and predicate. In this lesson, we will be learning about subject and predicate and why it is important. So, as we all know, a group of words arranged in a meaningful order that makes complete sense is called sentences. And this sentence is made up of two parts. What is that? Subject and predicate. Sentence is made up of basically two parts, that is subject and predicate. We can say sentence is equal to subject plus predicate. That means when subject and predicate joins together, it forms one sentence. Let's take one example here. Read this sentence. Anna bought a computer. Again, Anna bought a computer. Anna is written in red. Why? Because it is a subject of the sentence. And bought a computer is in a green. Why? Because it is a predicate of a sentence. When subject and predicate joins together, it forms one complete sentence. Anna bought a computer, which gives a complete meaning. So, what is Anna? Anna is a subject. So, we talk about subject in a sentence. Okay, children? And the part which is telling about the sentence is predicate. That means predicate tells what subject has done or what subject is. Is it clear, children? We will be doing in detail. Don't worry. So, I'm repeating again. There are two parts of sentence, that is subject and predicate. When subject and predicate joins together, they form sentence. Okay, children, for example, Anna bought a computer. Anna is in red is subject and bought a computer is in green is predicate. When subject and predicate joins, they form one sentence, a meaningful sentence, that is Anna bought a computer. Let's take few more examples of subject and predicate. Children, what you all can see in this given picture? Girl, tree, clouds, books. Yes, children, we can see girl, tree, clouds and books. So here we are going to talk about girl, tree, clouds and book. Children, remember one thing. In sentence, about whom we talk is our subject. So here, girl, tree, clouds and books are going to act like a subject. Subject of a sentence. Now we are going to add predicate to these subjects to form a sentence. Let's start with girl. Now, subject about whom we talk in a sentence. Okay, dear? And predicate is giving information about the subject. Now see. So, what this girl is doing? This girl is sitting under the tree. So, we can say a girl is sitting under the tree. A girl is subject. And this part in a blue, which is written in a blue, is sitting under the tree, is giving information about the girl, that what action is done by girl or what this girl is doing and what this girl is. So this is predicate because this blue part is giving information about subject. In the same way, see here in a second sentence, she is reading a book. Who is reading a book? She is reading. Who is she? This girl is she. We have replaced this noun with pronoun. So, how come we know that she is reading a book? Because this blue part of a sentence is telling us that she is reading a book. So, this is predicate. So, she as subject is reading a book as predicate joins together to form a sentence. Okay, children. So, this is the complete sentence. She is reading a book. A girl is sitting under the tree. Now let's talk about tree. Tree gives us shade in summers. So we are talking about what? We are talking about tree. So tree is subject here. And this blue part gives us shade in summers. Is giving information about what? About tree. So this is predicate. Subject and predicate joins together to form a sentence. So this is a sentence which is giving a meaning. Is it clear, children? And remember one more thing. Predicate always contains verbs. Predicate always contains verb. Is it clear? Now come to next. Clouds. What clouds are doing? Floating. So we are saying clouds are floating in sky. So clouds are subject because we are talking about clouds and are floating in sky. This blue part is giving information about clouds. So this is predicate and both together clouds are floating in sky is a complete sentence. Now what about books? Books are lying on the ground. Again, books are subject and are lying on the ground is predicate because this is telling this is telling what book is doing, what books are doing. Is it clear, children? So, in a sentence, we talk about subject and predicate gives information about subject. I believe subject and predicate is clear. Now let's talk a little more about subject. Subject, who or what the sentence is about. Or we can say the subject is the person or animal or thing we speak about. Let's make it a little more simple. The subject is noun or pronoun we talk about or we discuss about in a sentence. Is it clear, children? Now question comes, how to identify subject in a sentence or how to find out subject of a sentence. Children, we find the subject by placing the word who or what before the verb. Here is a formula to find out subject. We simply add who or what before verb and we get subject. Is it clear, children? Let's take one example. Read this sentence. Kite is flying in the sky. So, for finding subject, what we have to do? We have to place who or what before verb. So, what is our first step to find out subject? We have to identify verbs in the given sentence. It can be verb, it can be verbs. So, Find out verbs here in the given sentence. Is and flying are the verbs. Is it clear, children? So we have to place what before is. So our question will be, what is flying in the sky? Kite is flying in the sky. That means we are talking about kite. So kite is a thing in a sentence which is our subject, or which is subject of a sentence. Is it clear, children? Now another point which we have to keep it in our mind is, the subject usually precedes predicate, but in few cases subject follows the predicate. Means normally what happens, subject comes before predicate, but in few cases we can see subject lying after predicate. Is it clear, children? Let's take one example here. In the heart of the forest lived a saint. Who lived in the heart of the forest? Saint lived in the heart of the forest. So children, here we can see subject. We are talking about a saint. So a saint is our subject. It is coming after the predicate. Is it clear, children? One more thing we have to keep it in our mind, that is, in an imperative sentence, the subject is always hidden, which is understood. You all remember, children, what is imperative sentence? Sentences which is giving advice, request, command and order. And normally, children, when we give command, when we give order, subject is hidden. For example, suppose you are standing on the door of the class. Your teacher says, come in. So teacher is asking whom to come in? To you. So who will come in? You will come in. So, but teacher is not saying ki you come in. Teacher is saying come in. You is understood. Is it clear? So you is hidden here. Come in, you come in. Open your book. You open your book. Who will open your book? You will open your book. Is it clear, children? So I believe subject is clear to you all. Now let's talk about predicate. Predicate, what the subject does or is. Predicate gives us information about subject in a sentence. Predicate help us to know what the subject does or what the subject is. Is it clear, children? Remember one thing. The verb is the essential part of the predicate. Means the verb is very important part of predicate. Now question comes, how to identify or how to separate predicate from the sentence. How to know that this is the predicate of sentence. We find predicate by separating subject. Yes, children. Find out what is subject and separate subject from the sentence. After separating subject from the sentence, the remaining part will be predicate. Is it clear? Let's take one example. Anna bought a computer. So what is subject here? Anna. Why? Because Anna is answer for who. Who bought a computer? Anna bought a computer. So Anna is a subject. Separate Anna. And now see what is left. Bought a computer. So bought a computer is a predicate. Bought is verb. Past tense of buy. Okay, children? Now, let's take one more example. In the heart of the forest lived a saint. Who lived in the heart of a forest? A saint. So, a saint is a subject. Separate this subject. What is left? In the heart of the forest lived. Yes? No, we will say lived in the heart of the forest. So, this part is your predicate. Is it clear, children? Let's take one more example. The shop in the corner has the best cookies. Now, children, separate the subject. We are talking here about what? The shop. Which shop? The shop which is in the corner. So, this is complete. The shop in the corner. This is complete subject. So, after separating this part, what is left? Has the best cookies? So, has the best cookies will be predicate. Has is a verb, helping verb. Yes, children. Now, let's take one more example. He did homework and played with video game. Who did homework? He. He did homework and played with video game. So, about he did homework and played with the video game is giving information about he. Okay, children. So, how come we know that he has done his homework or played video game? By reading this part. Did homework and played with video game. So, this part of the sentence is giving information about he. So, the part which is giving information about he will be the predicate. So, this will be the predicate. Again, children, let me remind you, did is a verb. Is it clear? I believe subject and predicate is clear to you all. But still, if you are having a doubt, you may ask me. Thank you. Stay blessed.